I had a really interesting conversation with a guy who did player development. His whole thing was like tactics. And he shared with me that the team he was working with, of the 40 players, they designed like a development plan for them. And this is across the AHL and NHL. And he said, of all those players, none of them achieved their development goals.
At the start of one season, I was talking with Kyle, and he asked me to put together sort of a brief on where our players can improve. I pinpointed one area that every league player can improve, and these are different areas for different players. Could be making plays on their backhand, it could be getting off the wall, it could be finding the middle of the ice, it could be using angles better when they're defending the rush. Fast forward 10 months after the season, is that even though I'd only pinpointed one area for each player, we actually hadn't really made any inroads for most of these players.
I know a lot of you out there still associate anyone who works with an NHL team as people who actually know how to make a change and transform players in their development, when you just heard that that was not the case. Where even the best coaches on the planet can barely make a change.
And yeah, they were trying to make changes in season, which is way harder to do than in the off season. But this basically means that you have to have the skills already in place. It also means that most of the coaches' drills and cues, they do not affect what they do in games.
So if you've genuinely wondered why I'm so critical, so questioning, so maybe even against most of the coaching that's out there, it's exactly because of what I just put in here. Because this is the biggest problem with hockey. We have absolutely no idea if what we're working on is producing what we want to see. I think a solution to that is having measurable results, measurable standards that everyone can work up to at their own scale of ability and currently where they're at, and taking them further from there, minimizing exercises. That way you don't have this whole expansive library, random drills everywhere, because there's millions of drills, but only like a few that are effective and that translate into games. And you continue to compare yourself with the best and copy their 10,000 hours, because they're not special. It's just biomechanics. It's just something that anyone can learn. But a lot of hockey training and coaches and players are so distracted, or they even think that what they're doing right now is actually working, when they can't back it up, because they'll just say instead, oh, it works for me, when that's not good enough. Because ultimately, I'm trying to find out what worked for the best players and communicate that with my own body and to the rest of you. And I think this is what's going to fix it. It's going to make hockey more accessible. It's going to make it easier to adapt. It's going to make it easier to learn, because this is a hard sport to learn, but we can make it easier. And this is exactly what I wanted when I was trying to learn.